Okay, so I want to talk to you today about navigating the pressure when it comes to spending on other people. So I want to try and help you balance both taking part in those opportunities, but also making sure that you're keeping tabs on your own financial well-being. It can be really difficult when it comes to people's big celebrations. We can feel under a lot of pressure, really, to take part and potentially put a strain on our own financial well-being in order to satisfy being able to go to these events. It could be somebody's milestone birthday. It could be someone getting married abroad. There's lots of different life events that happen that we need to try and make sure that we are budgeting for, or at least being aware of, about having those conversations with people. So when it comes to these kind of significant life events, particularly milestone birthdays, there's normally an element of forward planning involved, in a sense of we normally have a fair amount of notice, especially if it's, friends or family, loved ones, people that we care about. We kind of know when their big celebrations are going to be coming. So it does allow us a certain time frame in which that we can plan ahead for it, which is really, really important. The key really is in the planning. So we can sit and incorporate in my stomach, we can sit and incorporate these kind of big milestones and life events into our planning to make sure that we aren't really caught short at the last minute, and having to kind of scramble or potentially put ourselves in under any kind of financial strain. But at the same time, it's essential to remember that these kind of things we want to be a part of. It's natural. It's these things are opportunities for memories, they're opportunities for pockets of joy. And we want to try and make sure that, I mean, we at Women's Wealth, that we can help you to incorporate these kind of situations into your financial planning, and make you feel good about them. So, as I said, while it's important to celebrate these milestone birthdays with friends and family and the big moments, and we want to be a part of it, it's crucial for us and being financially independent and secure that we don't jeopardize our own financial security to do so. This should be a non-negotiable. We have to be careful not to take on any financial burdens that we can't afford, and also that we're not deviating away from our financial plan, because that can have significant consequences for us, not just financially, but psychologically too. So putting ourselves under this kind of financial pressure can be very hard to navigate. I mean, it can lead to stress, anxiety, and even resentment in some cases. And it is essential to remember that no celebration is worth compromising our financial stability for. Equally, we also have to consider we call it an opportunity, so a spending opportunity, because it's an opportunity to bring joy, celebration, and really, really feel like we're living. It's about finding that balance that's right for us. So you might feel under a lot of pressure in these situations, especially when it comes to if it's friends or family and your close circle of people that you're around and your loved ones that have asked you to be a part of their celebration. Obviously, you're going to want to. We advocate for our clients to take part in these situations and plan ahead for it. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And sometimes it can be difficult to navigate, especially if you're feeling in a situation where you feel like you maybe can't afford it. You might be faced with a situation where you perhaps feel under obligation to maybe put an expense on a credit card, for example. And if you feel like you can't afford it, you might feel backed into a corner. And that can have consequences, not just for the event itself, but it could have consequences on your close relationships. And it can have a psychological effect on us when we feel like we're put in those situations. I think as long as it doesn't cause you long-term financial strain, it's just so important to have the planning in place to make sure that we can find the right balance for us to be able to enjoy these things, but not have it affecting us in a negative way. We want to be doing situations that, making decisions when it comes to our finances that are supporting our financial well-being rather than undermining it. The pressure to spend on others for life celebrations is a common experience. It's going to be something that we're going to experience many times during our lifetime. But it is one that can be managed. So it can be managed with careful planning, careful budgeting, and then you've got that balance then to be able to participate in these things, get the joy from these things, make the memories from these things, and have open and honest conversations with people. By building these events into our budget and into our planning, then it allows us to participate in the joy that these kind of events bring. And it allows us to live our lives and be happy at the same time without having to sacrifice our own financial well-being. Remember, it's perfectly okay to set boundaries and prioritize your own financial security first. I think that's something that often gets lost. We often think that we have to, with our finances, we have to behave in a way for others. If you look after yourself first, it's like they say to people, if you look after yourself first, then you're able to look after others at the same time. Everything else will follow from that. And what you've also got to remember is true friends and loved ones will respect and support your decision that you want to maintain your financial well-being. But if you're unsure, you know where to come. Come over to Women's Wealth and we can help you put a plan in place, build these celebrations into your financial planning and support you along the way.